Maria and I are still doing our little light queen thing. So we're really looking to be sure that our neighborhood is staying clean.
So please make
fresh.
sure your grass is cut and your weeds are cut, because that's what we're finding the most of. We hate to turn everybody in, but that's what we're doing.
Yes,
Are you turning people in, or are you talking to the homeowners to see if maybe there's?
when we can talk to them, we can, and our, the people from neighborhood services do.
Okay,
But I don't have that much time to
okay.
go out and just talk. So if you have a neighbor who's got really big weeds and their house looks like that, just go over and say, hey, you know, blame it on neighborhood services and just say, hey, you know, neighborhood services is around a lot because we're in this violence impact project, and that's part of the violence impact project because blight brings crime.
I was just thinking more if they were maybe not able to get out and do their weeds and stuff
And if
like
they
that.
can't do that, Rosie will let us know because she is talking to some of them. And if somebody lets us know they can't, I'm the first one to go with my little weed gun with soap and vinegar and
Yeah,
baking
people
soda,
need
something. I
help.
put it out on the email for y'all.
It's your recipe.
Epsom salt. It's supposed to do weeds in pretty well without making Monsanto a happy company and killing our whole environment. So don't get me on that subject. So anyway, I just would appreciate it. You guys can talk to your neighbor and ask, do you need help with your yard? But our home values plummet when houses in this neighborhood look like they're not taken care of. And I mean, Carrie can talk to you about that. And she's gonna give a real fast report on what she's seeing in the neighborhood as far as sales and stuff. But the neighborhood, there's not a lot for sale here. And she's gonna tell you that. But I'm telling you that when a street looks terrible with crummy old broken up cars that are hanging out in the yard and out in the driveway, inoperable vehicles, and weeds up to here, that's a house, that's a neighborhood where if I'm a criminal, I'm gonna go.
That Phoenix AZ app on the phone is really good for that.
Yeah, it's
Very
great.
easy.
It's great.
But Rosie is talking to people before she cites them to make sure that they're not needing help. We emphasize that with her.
Thank you.
Okay, Carrie's just gonna make a quick, what, Nance?
Is there a city ordinance about stumps? People cut down trees and they leave the tree stump there.
Maria, what is that? There's
Tree
really
stumps are
not.
really tricky because when I was an inspector and I would get complaints like that, it was really hard to take them to court. The judges didn't like to cite people for that. So what happened was a lot of people would turn tree stumps into landscaping of some sort. They would make it a bird bath or plant flowers in it or something like that, which does make it look better. So
It
that's
does
a
make it look
suggestion.
better. And there are people that will go out and carve your cute little tree
Exactly.
stump and make it a cute little tree stump.
Right. There's a lot of cool things you can do with them, but legally, technically, they are illegal to have just as dead tree stumps. So, but they're very expensive to pull out of the ground, and there's so many other things you can do with them. If you have a neighbor that has one, maybe you get together a group, maybe there's somebody here in this group that's artsy, they can help us figure out some of those things to help people do that. And we can put it in one of our grants maybe.
We
do
did
something
that
like
with,
your
God, what was her name?
Exactly, yeah.
On Maryland. Ann Miller. We, you know, Lisa was able to get volunteers to go over and take her trees out.
Yeah.
And when somebody really has a financial hardship and can't do it, the city will find volunteers to do
They have
that.
volunteers to do that, yeah.
The police department even has a group of something angels,
Mm-hmm.
and they take volunteer hours and do a project like that.
Inspectors can get probationers to do things like the alleys, stuff like that. There's thousands and thousands of volunteers that the city of Phoenix has access to. AZ211 also has a whole bank of volunteers. It's a matter of doing it, getting together those groups, and then the inspectors can do that. We could actually do some of that ourselves, because we can have access to volunteers, we have access to tools, we have access to dumpsters. I can tell you guys all how to do those types of things if you're willing to run that program or that event or that project.
So, I mean, if you have a neighbor that's, you know, can't do it, let us know and we'll see what we can do. High school volunteers and,
What's going on with the irrigation district that they started to work on?
I have no idea. I'm not in it, so I don't know about it.
Okay.
I know somebody started one over there but Tamara, I have absolutely no clue. I just pray for my ditch every day.
You know,
used to live down south of Bethany down there. And my neighbor, his yard needed to be cut. I thought maybe his mower broke or he was unable to do it. So I went over and asked him, would you want me to cut that grass alongside your house? He says, why, does that bother you? I left.
I'd say, yes, it bothers me a lot.
I thought that was kind of